Ready? Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Asheville. So happy to be here with you. One voice is very excited. We had a great rehearsal. Let's see what happens now. and if you like, please join us in singing our opening song, I'll Meet You There. 1, 2, 3. There's a place I often go. I can find peace and rest my soul. Come on, everybody, I'll meet you there. There's a place that clears my mind. It's so close, it's not hard to find. Come on, everybody, I'll meet you there. I'll meet you in the morning before the world begins. Give up the same old story and start all over again. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there. Let's take this party to the street. Shake it up and move our feet. Come on, everybody, I'll meet you there. I'll meet you in the morning before the world begins. Give up the same old story and start all over again. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there. Yes, I will. I'll meet you there. We can find peace so close to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning. Welcome to the best place ever, the blessed place ever for a Sunday celebration, right? Thank you for y'all watching online and being a part of this celebration as well. Take out your cell phones, please. Mine's down there. It's already on vibrate. So everybody take out their phones and please turn them on to silent so we can enjoy the rest of this celebration. I've got more than a few invitations for you to participate in spiritual community. Today, this slide is incorrect, by the way. Today, we have a town hall meeting in the education building. So please, as you leave the celebration today, go through the social hall, grab something to drink, something to eat, and join us in the education building. Members, anybody interested, this is going to be informative, it's going to be brief, it's going to be fantastic, and you don't want to miss it. I live for that. Every Friday night, welcome aboard the Friday Night Spirit Express, 7 p.m. Every single Friday night, something cool is happening. This Friday night, drum circle at the Labyrinth. If you've never drummed, come. If you have drummed, come. If you don't know or don't remember if you have, come. All right? If you dance.
You'll fit right in.
If you dance, come.
If you dance, come. And the following Friday night, we're having a progressive art session. So what is that? Well, everybody will start with a blank page, and they will
do some artwork on that page, and then they will pass it to the person next to them who will add some art. And they'll pass it on, and it just keeps going until everybody has placed something on each page. I've seen it happen before. It is amazing. So if you're an artist, come. If you're not an artist, come. If you're not quite sure, come. You could bring your drum as well. Am I still up? Yep. And after you've done drumming, some of your body parts might be a little sore and stiff. So you're going to want to get a private healing session with my dear friend, Julie Donnelly. She does amazing body work, amazing healing work to relieve pain. If you look on the e-news, I believe there's a link to her TED Talk, and she can explain more to you. She has prevented people from having to have surgery. That's what her work can do. So if you've got any aches and pains and you'd love to release them, come to the and make some private sessions. We've got sign-up sheets in there, or you can call me personally and I'll sign you up. But hurry up, because I'm going to take all the empty spaces. So, and once you do that, you're going to want to maintain that pain-free life. You might want to attend her workshop on Saturday the 7th, or Sunday the 7th, rather, and she will teach you how to treat yourself to maintain that pain-free body. I guarantee it works. Check it out. All right, am I done?
Yep, that's it. So for the private sessions, there's a sign-up sheet in the social hall. She's got all day on both Friday and Saturday. So please take this brilliant opportunity. So next Sunday is our covered dish luncheon, and the theme is 4th of July. So we are providing hamburgers and hot dogs. Bring all the sides, bring all the fixins, bring all the desserts. And I'd like to invite Kate Grayson to come up and talk to us about the Path to Wealth, our summer prosperity class.
Hi, gosh, it's been a while. So we all know that prosperity is much more than just money. It's about abundance, and abundance in our life with relationships. Go up, stand up. You know, they always remind me that I'm so short. I
Yes,
feel like in this prosperity life that I project height. And the universe responds to that. So the class is going to be following the Path to Wealth, and I understand that there's several copies
We've got
available.
10 copies of the book, and we'll be selling them during the class.
And we'll also be looking at some of Edwin Gaines' work, and I'll be bringing in some other things as well. Some of you were in my last class last fall, and I think that went really well, and I hope that we see you again. I'll be here, so if you have any questions, feel free to just grab me and ask me. And the good thing is, in my opinion, is that it's in person only so that we really get that feel of support for each other. And it's only an hour and a half. Thanks.
Thank you, Kate. So, Bob, please stand. This is our elusive board president, and he is our board member of the day. Bob Michelle, I should say his name.
You should say his name.
Selena Sutton-Hilton will be providing us with a spiritual mind treatment today. And I'd like to thank Betty Devine for holding high watch for us over there. Yay. So please check out all of the incredible things that are happening at our center. We have a whole list of other things happening. We're very limited in the amount of time that we have. So please check out cslasheville.org and then go to the events page. I would like to specifically thank all of the kitchen crew. They had a fantastic meeting yesterday. There was 12 people here, and they have so much planned for the 4th of July themed and beyond, right? And beyond. So thank you for all of y'all that volunteer in our kitchen circle. It is incredible, and I'm so grateful. And as we have already lit the light, join me in going within. Allow the bowls to align us and the tinctures to call us to attention.
I know there's only one omnipotent, omniscient, all-loving power and presence in the universe and beyond. This one is everywhere present. It is within us and all around us. It is a cool breeze on a hot summer day. I know that every person on the planet is an individualized expression of spirit. We may appear different on the outside, but we are all one because we are the divine in form. I know that we are vibrantly healthy, and every part of our bodies is in harmony with the living spirit within us. Every cell, every muscle, every nerve, every organ and system functions as nature intended. It is our divine birthright to be prosperous. Money comes to us in mysterious ways, and we have more than enough to spare and to share. Our relationships are loving, harmonious, nurturing, uplifting, and fill our hearts with gratitude. As we express ourselves in the world, we are Spirit's hands and feet. As we shine our light, we are creating a world that works for everyone. I am grateful for every person here and online. I'm grateful for our amazing health, for our prosperity, for our loving relationships and satisfying work. I am grateful that there is a power for good in the universe that is greater than we are, and we can use it. I release my word, which has power, into the living, loving law, knowing it can only say yes. And together we say, and so it is.
claim that blessing right there. Bless them, you guys. Come on. Wow. Wow. Let me tell you about another blessing real briefly. I'm going to tell you a little bit more when we go into our town hall meeting, but I just want to tell you, I spent yesterday being blessed and being part of the blessing that y'all are going to be blessed with. The board and I spent the day together yesterday. We originally called it a retreat. It was not a retreat, it was an advance. And boy, howdy, did we advance. Not only did we spend the whole day together, not only did we spend the whole day together, nobody got hurt. And I have facilitated a lot of these kinds of things in my day, both in the corporate world and in the spiritual world and with lots of different boards and churches and centers. And I have never, ever experienced the power and the presence of what I experienced yesterday with this group. The consciousness and the energy was incredible. You may be feeling that already today. Let me tell you something. Get your seatbelts on because we are going to the moon. We are going to the moon, this congregation, this community. We are going to the moon. Just wait. I mean, there's more. There's more, but I actually did also get a talk prepared. So since I went to the trouble, I think I should probably do it. So, but I just had to share that. It was just, wow. I didn't even have to drive my car here. I just flew, you know. So Reverend Dr. Mary Mannon Morrissey was one of my mentors coming up through this teaching and through ministerial school. And she says this: true abundance is not about gathering more things. It's about touching the place in us that is connected to the divine source of abundance so that we know what we need in the moment will be provided. That's the truth. That's the truth, too. And I think it helps us to have both practical and spiritual ways to develop that abundance consciousness. You know, we can either, our attention can be gotten either by being pushed by pain at the human level or being pulled by a vision at the spiritual level. Personally, I vote for the spiritual. I've done both, prefer the spiritual. Pulled by a vision, much better than pushed by pain. But I thought it would be good for us to explore a little bit some of the practical tips and some of the spiritual practices that can help us to develop that abundance consciousness both individually and collectively as spiritual community, so to enable us to live the life we love to live and to express the spirituality that we want to express as a spiritual community. And I'm not talking just about money. I'm talking about abundance of every nature. You know, abundance of opportunity, abundance of loving relationships, abundance of creativity, abundance of health, you name it. All the aspects of the human experience need to be abundant and powerful and positive. And so let's get started on some tips and some practices, all right? So we'll begin with, number one, abundance vision. We must have a clear idea of what it is that we want to experience. Otherwise, anything can happen. So we need to spend time imagining what is possible rather than dwelling on what was or what is right now, because life is not static. It continues to evolve. And so we imagine what's possible. Possibility consciousness is essential for abundant joy and fulfillment to show up in our lives. Now, creation comes in two basic steps. The first in mind, thought, and second, in our heart, in our feeling. And that leads to manifestation. Mind and heart, thought and feeling, manifestation. Our job as the human aspect of this equation is to have a very clear what. First, get rid of the clutter in your mind, open the space to have a very clear what of what your intention is, what it is that you want to experience. God's job is the how. So stay out of the how. Stay out of the, how is this ever going to happen? Oh, that'll never work. That's not your job. It's not your business. Your business is to clear the clutter and get a clear what it is of intention that you want to experience. Let God do the how. Okay? Deal? Deal. All right. You want to create the space within you, the mental equivalent, the mental paradigm for abundance to flow in and through and as you. Clear the space. Have the mental equivalent. You've heard the stories about people who've won the lottery. And within a year, it's all gone because they didn't shift their consciousness to an abundant consciousness. They were still living in lack consciousness. So the entire impetus for them was to, let's get rid of this money fast. And they squandered it away. You've got to shift the consciousness. That's where it begins, the consciousness. And so you create that space, that new mental equivalent. See yourself living in abundance and prosperity. See yourself there. See what it is that you're feeling and doing. Have a vivid mental picture in your mind and a passionate feeling of the experience within. Actually have the experience inwardly, and that will help it to show up outwardly. Some of the vision practices to up your abundance are these. Try this. Write a letter to a trusted friend. And in that letter, and be sure and keep a copy for yourself, in that letter, include the following things. How do I envision myself living with new abundance and prosperity 5 years from now? So get a very vivid picture of how your life will be 5 years from now when you're filled with abundance and prosperity. Also include in that letter, what are the values and the passions and the sense of purpose that will support and affirm that intention and vision? And on a very practical scale, look at what are the strategies, the plans, the goals, and the action steps that I must take daily, weekly, monthly, annually, and in that whole 5 years to manifest that vision. Very practical and also consciousness building. 2, abundance of money and prosperity. So what's the real meaning of money? What is the real meaning of money? Well, all it is it's a symbol. Money is a symbol for the exchange of energy. It's an exchange of energy. And it really has no meaning except what we give it. So we got to be careful. Got to be careful what we're thinking consciously and unconsciously about money. Check what your beliefs and your feelings and your thoughts are about money. What are your attitudes about money? And if they're poopy, you got to change them. Can I say that in church? I just did. Too late. You know, money has the soul and the power and the purpose and the consciousness of what we put into it. It doesn't have it all on its own. It's what we put into it. It's the meaning we give it. You know, it's a symbol for the resources that we value. It's a convenient way to move that energy, that exchange of energy. You know, it's much easier to go into your wallet or your purse than just take a herd of goats around with you and say, I'll give you 3 goats for a burger I'll eat today. You know, it's much easier to grab your wallet or your purse. So it's really no different than the herd of goats. It's an exchange, you know, it's an exchange that's just easier and smells better. Ask yourself, what life sentences have you imprinted on your perception of money? What life sentences have you projected onto your perception of money? Things like, there's never enough money, I better hang on to what I've got. Things like, I can't make money in this economy, inflation's outrageous. Things like, only the greedy and corrupt make the big bucks. And then the classic, money is the root of all evil. Because it said so in the Bible, right? Wrong. What it said in the Bible is the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money, elevating it to the level of God. That will get you in trouble. That will definitely get you in trouble. Buddhist Sulak Savaraska said this: many people think that Buddhism regards poverty as a desirable quality, but poverty as such was in no way praised or encouraged by the Buddha. What he regarded as important was how one gained one's wealth and how one used it. The Buddha taught not to be attached to wealth, for this creates craving and suffering. That's what the love of money will do. Don't love money for in and of itself. Love what it has the capacity to brighten your life with, what you can do with it in mindful ways. Because money of itself is neutral. Money does not corrupt. What we do with it can corrupt. The love of and the attachment to and the craving for and the greed around money can corrupt our relationships with money, and it creates a sense of lack and a lack of peace. You know, when I was in the corporate world, I made a lot of money. I made a very generous six-figure salary in those days. And you know what? I was always worried about money, worried that I would lose that money, worried that people would like me because I had money. I had every kind of worry and fear around money. I was not comfortable with that money. Now I make probably less than half. Well, yeah, way. But you know what? My life is full. I'm comfortable and I'm at peace. I have everything that I need and want. And when I need and want more, what I need and want shows up because I shifted my consciousness and my relationship with money. We can all do that. Doesn't matter. The amount is immaterial, really. It's the energy, it's the consciousness, it's the relationship. So here are some money practices that I advise you to do without judgment that will help up your abundance consciousness. I want you to just take a quick moment and think about the two worst things that you think and feel about money. What are the two worst, most negative things that you think and feel about money? Got them? Should all be pretty depressed right now. But let's see if we can lift you up. I'm also going to give you, well, you know what? I don't want to leave you in that state of moo. So take those two things that you came up with, and I want you to put your hands behind your head. Bring those two awful things out into the light to heal and release. Let them go. Because it was BS anyway. It was a belief system that doesn't work, BS. Takes you a while, but your homework this week, I want you to sit down and quickly list 100 ways that money can come to you in one sitting. Do not get up from the table until you've got 100 ways that money can come to you. It reminds me of my uncle who made me sit at the table until I ate every bite of my breakfast. Do not get up from the table. Do not take that pen from the page until you come up with 100 ways that money can come to you. Okay? Get creative. Get conscious. Get conscious. See? Did you hear that? So, woo, I'm talking to you. Woo! Here's another thing to get an idea of what your relationship with money is right now. Look at your checkbook or your bank account or your credit card statement or whatever. Where your money is where you place value. Where you're spending your money is where you're placing value. Get more conscious about what you value and where you place your resources. Just get more conscious. Choose consciously and intentionally. Reduce your expenses and your debts that are unnecessary. I mean, there's some things you know, if you want lights and electricity, you have to pay those guys. I've asked them to allow the center not to pay, but so far they've turned me down. So there's some things that we are contracted to pay for, right? So we do that. But there are some things that I think, they have these apps now on the phone, on your phone that says, have you forgotten all the things you signed up for that you're paying on monthly, where you can get this app and then you can zap all those things? Because it's true. I've signed up for a bunch of things that I forgot I even signed up for, which means I'm probably not using them, but I'm paying for them. So go through and clean that stuff out. It's like cleaning the clutter of your mind, clean the clutter of your charge card, right? Get rid of the stuff that's not really working for you. Another thing you can practice you can do is do more with cash than you do with checks and credit cards, because we tend to be more conscious with cash. We don't feel like we're actually spending anything when we do a credit card or a check. So think about doing that. It'll bring you more consciousness, and then you can go back to your checks and credit cards with more consciousness. Increase your income. Say yes to all those opportunities and sources of inflow beyond what you already know. We do that here in our classes. We do a little program called Expected Income from Unexpected Sources, and that's what funds our work-study program for our classes and education. So do that in your whole life, not just when you're in a class. Do it all the time. Expect income to come from unexpected sources, and I guarantee it will. I guarantee it. This week, along with your list of 100, you could actually put it in a journal. Journal about the energy of your giving and your spending. Journal about how you feel when you spend certain monies to certain things. What's the feeling you get? Does your energy rise or does it go down? Pay attention to that, the flow of your energy. Jacob Needleman wrote, "The outward exchange of mankind's energy now takes place in and through money. It is imperative that one understand this movement of energy." So you want to get conscious. You want to get conscious of how you relate to money, how you attract it to you, and how you spend it or give it, okay? And I've got a couple of affirmations that you can play with a little bit too, to help shift your thoughts and your feelings and your beliefs about money and prosperity. I open to a new positive relationship with money. Say that with me. I open to a new positive relationship with money. I am grateful for all I have and open to more. I am grateful for all I have and open to more. And I love prosperity, and prosperity loves me. I love prosperity, and prosperity loves me. Cool. 3, work, the abundance that we gain from work. Now, work can either be drudgery that we do for survival, or it can be something that we love for thrival. I made that up, thrival. Not in the dictionary. All species must work for survival and well-being at some level. But as humans, we are not just putting up with the necessary evil of survival. We have the opportunity to move into thrival through right livelihood, through vital and healthy relationships with the work that we do. And it's really essential for our psychological and spiritual well-being that we have a positive relationship with the work that we do, with the thing that takes up so much of our time during the day. If you work for survival and you hate what you're doing, then your relationship with the money you earn that way will tend not to be very peaceful. You might want to consider not only a shift in consciousness, but a shift in what you're doing. If you work for thrival and you love what it is that you're doing, then your relationship with the money you earn through that will bring you peace and joy and fulfillment. That's the goal you want to shoot for in the work that you do. If you're out of work, look for the opportunity in that particular challenge. Shift your perception from being unemployed to being self-employed, and your current self-employment job is to find and create work and livelihood that you love. It's an opportunity to create the work you love. I happen to believe that in the new economy, bring it on, that in the new economy, that when we be who we have come here to be, our doingness will arise out of that beingness, and we will have everything we want and need provided. Because, yes, because in a new economy, we will all be valued and prospered for who we be. Khalil Gibran wrote, "Work is love made visible. And if you cannot work with love, but only with distaste, it is better that you should leave your work and sit at the gate of the temple and take alms of those who work with joy. And let some of their joy rub off on you." Some of the work practices you can do to up-level your abundance quotient. Take charge of your work and your money situation. You take charge. It doesn't run you, you run it. You take charge of your work and your money situation and attract to yourself and affirm that you are attracting to yourself the pay and the work that you are worth. Attract the work and the pay that you're worth. If you don't do it, nobody's going to just hand it to you. You got to attract that by the very beingness that you are. And I believe it will. You know, people pay me to be who I am. You guys pay me to be who I am. It doesn't get much better than that, right? And that's way more valuable than what I was being paid before. All those big bucks that made me miserable. I hated it. I love this. You know, I'm abundantly blessed. Thank you. Thank you, by the way. You know, work toward earning creatively from your passion. So you may have a job that you either hate, try and get rid of it, or that you're like, whatever. But every single one of you, I'm absolutely certain, has some passion that tugs at your heartstring. Be sure you're giving time to that passion every day, a little bit of time every day, some time every week to develop that passion further. For one thing, it will fuel your consciousness, it will fuel your joyful energy, and at some point you might actually turn that into your livelihood that you love and be blessed by it with abundance and prosperity. I know a lot of people who have done that. You can too. You can too. You know, when we were younger, we had all these dreams of how our life was going to be and what we were going to do with our life. And then some adult older than we were came along and said, well, that's not practical. You can't do that. You can't just be a musician. You can't just be a writer. You just can't be an artist. BS. That's a belief system that doesn't work. The truth is you can be all those things, and you can be prospered by them. So don't listen to that stuff. You know, many of us took a detour, myself included, saying, oh yeah, I better do the things I should do, instead of living the life that I was gifted to live. Live the life you love to live. Nobody else can do it for you. Live the life you love to live. Will you do that? Yes. Will you try it? Give it a shot? Yes. All right, then. I can't wait to see the outcome of that, and it's going to be powerful. 4, abundance of enlightenment. I happen to believe that the greatest and most meaningful work is spiritual. And I also happen to believe that any work you do can be spiritual, depending on the consciousness and the attitude that you bring to it. It could be mopping floors, it could be saving lives, it could be great works of art. I mean, you name it. Any work from what pays the least and appears the lowest, all the way to the most elevated, can be spiritual, and everything in between. It's all in the consciousness and the attitude that you bring to it. So bring that attitude of joy, bring that attitude of confidence, bring that attitude of freedom, of bliss, of fulfillment. Bring that to it, and it will awaken you and enlighten you. You too can be the Buddha or Ernest Holmes. Shift your relationship with abundance with the abundance of the universe, with prosperity, and everything will flow much more easily, and you will be peace-filled. I guarantee it. Soon after his enlightenment, the Buddha passed a man on the road who was struck by the Buddha's extraordinary radiance and peaceful presence. The man asked him, "My friend, what are you? Are you a celestial being or a god?" "No," said the Buddha. "Are you some kind of magician or wizard?" Again, the Buddha said, "No." "Are you a man?" "No," said the Buddha. "Well, my friend, what are you then?" And the Buddha replied, "I am awake. I am awake." You know, when I wasn't sure if ministry was going to work out, I actually had this idea that I was going to, if not ministry or game show host, then I would be, I was going to open the Buddha Coffee Company, and the tagline would be, "I am awake." Still might need to do that one. So some of the enlightenment practices that you can do to awaken to the truth that abundance is already yours. Know that we live in an abundant universe with a generous God. We have unlimited abundance and infinite possibility before us. It's already been given. We are pre-approved. I taught you that last week. We are pre-approved and we have an unlimited divine credit rating. We are necessary. We are a necessary part of the flow of good in the universe. As the ancient Greeks said, to be human is to be the dispensers of God's gifts. So we are essential in that process of the flow of good in the universe. And not just money, but time and talent are also involved in that. And we do that by connecting and being supportive and supported in connection and in spiritual community so that we might be blessed and be a blessing to others. And finally, the truth that I know is this, that I learned everything that I know about prosperity, I learned from a 10-year-old, a little girl who was part of my Center for Spiritual Living in the Seattle area. So one day she handed me a note, and it said, "Dear Reverend Suzi, I have thought of some ideas to raise money for the church. I know they will work. I think number 5 will be the best after hearing the miracles that happened to people that were shared at our prosperity dinner at Shamiana. If it doesn't happen right away, don't be depressed. Maybe it will happen when we least expect it. I'm sure these ideas will work one way or another. Love, Rima." And here's the list of ideas. 1, have an art sale. 2, have a bake sale. And I am here to tell you that at the beginning of one of our prosperity campaigns, our kids had both an art sale and a bake sale, and while we were in church, they made $400 and gave it to the church. Then number 3, have a underlined organized carnival. Number 4, have an underlined organized show or play. And here comes number 5, the one she said that'll work best. Pray for what we need and want. I agree. Let's pray for what we need and want. Number 6, have a group of volunteer musicians have a concert. We could also have volunteers from the church. Make sure it is underlined organized. And number 7, tell people the church needs money and to please donate some. The center needs money. Please donate some. Okay? And then finally, I want to share a letter I just received from one of our own community members. This is someone that doesn't live here but lives far away but is very much involved in this spiritual community. Reverend Suzi, I just watched your talk on giving of time, talent, and treasure and wanted to share my most recent experience of giving and receiving. As you know, I've been tithing to Center for Spiritual Living Asheville for several years, and yesterday sent in a tithe of close to $700. Here's the story of that money. I had been collecting my ex-husband's Social Security for 6 years. I won't go into the details, but I always assumed that since I was self-employed with a sporadic income stream, I would continue to collect Social Security on his record since his was bigger. In April, I got a letter from Social Security saying that I may qualify for an increase if I receive payment on my own account. And the person at Social Security said it would be about $20 a month. Well, an increase is an increase, so I sent in my application. Last Friday, I got a call from a different person at Social Security who said they've approved my application and I would be getting an increase in payment as a result. No, they're not giving me an additional $20 a month. They're giving me an additional $800 a month. And they're making the increase retroactive to October, so they're sending me the difference, $6,530, which, yes, which showed up in my checking account yesterday. Talk about unexpected income. I tithed on that and some expected money that came in. And yes, of course, I will continue to tithe. I just got a great part-time work-from-home job, so there will be even more coming and going out. Tithing really works. How cool is that? So from a 10-year-old and to someone who was 10 a long time ago, and everybody in between, you know, shifting our relationship with abundance of every nature and with money in particular can make all the difference in our individual lives and in our collective lives and spiritual community. And so I thank, you know, folks for those stories and lessons for me. It's really powerful. And so for all of us, you know, blessings on our journey of abundance and prosperity of every nature. And we begin by connecting with Spirit and our truest self. Allow yourself to be in the divine circulation of Spirit's good all the time. And together we say, and so it is. shiny, happy people, that's you. Woo! Give them some more shiny, happy love. Hey. Wow, man. Wow. You feel the energy? I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? I'm going to ask our energy acceptors, sometimes known as prosperity acceptors. Come on down. Come on down. So this is our time to participate in that divine circulation and flow that is the goodness of Spirit moving in and through and as us and back out again. And so I'm going to invite you. Wait, I have a bunch of money here. Hang on. I'm going to invite you to take out your gift. If you have already sent it in or you're not putting a gift, please, at the very least, when the basket comes by, wave your hand over in blessing so that you can be part of this divine circulation, okay? If you have your gift or whatever, if you don't have a gift that you're physically putting in there, please hold it metaphorically and hold it really to your heart. Infuse every gift, every blessing with the energy of Spirit, with all the qualities and attributes of Spirit that most resonate with your own soul. And know that it will magnify as this gift travels to bless others. And it will come back just like a boomerang to bless you. And so we just take that moment to infuse our gifts. And feel the energy. Feel it building and moving and doing enormous good. And let's say our affirmation together. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Should see a lot of smiles and a lot of joy out there. All right.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I am lifted up, my gratitude. I am lifted up, my gratitude. I am lifted up, my gratitude. It's the air that is under my wings. I am lifted up, my gratitude. I am lifted up, my gratitude. I am lifted up, my gratitude. It's the air that is under my wings. Innermost being feeds my body, my temple. I am one with the giver and receiver. Innermost being feeds my body, my temple. I am one with the giver and receiver. Innermost being feeds my body, my I am one with the giver and receiver. Innermost being feeds my body, my temple. I am one with the giver and receiver. I am lifted up, my gratitude. I am lifted up, my gratitude. I am lifted up, my gratitude. It's the air that is under, air that is under, air that is under my wings.
And so we bless these gifts and we release them to do the work of Spirit in and through and as each one of us. For we have freely given and we are gifted and blessed by enough to enjoy, to spare, and to share. And for this truth, we are eternally grateful. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you. And this is the time that if someone's here for your first visit with us, if you're a first-time guest, now that you've had a chance to test drive us and see that we're a little wackadoodle but fun, if you'd raise your hand if you're visiting with us for the first time, we have something for you. Okay. Yay! All right. All right. I saw you at the Taizé service on Friday night, right? You were here Friday night? Now, your twin was here. You might want to track that person down. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And they have something for you to fill out and then another gift for you when you go through the lobby. I also want to thank all those folks who are joining us on our live stream. And for your first-time guest on the live stream, if you send me an email, I'll send you something back. So please let us know you're there. You know, that's the thing with the Ethernet. You're like, they're out there somewhere. They're out there, right? Okay, let us know you're there. We can feel your energy. This is also the time that we bless our kids, whether we have actual small children in the sanctuary or not. We know they're out there. We know they're in you. And we certainly know they're all over the world, and some of them in hot spots like Gaza and Ukraine. And so we certainly bless them. Let's see our letter to God from Raphael. Okay. If you give me genie lamp like Aladdin, I will give you anything you want except my money or my chess set. Do not follow that advice. Let's bless our kids all over the world and within us. We love you, we bless you, and we know you are perfect. Yes, indeed we do. Yay. I want to welcome our practitioners forward, please, front and center, so folks can see you. And actually, Mitch, I'm going to have you come up. I introduced Mitch last week, and I'm going to sort of reintroduce him. He actually will be serving us for the rest of the summer and into part of the fall as a Unity chaplain on loan to us here, but he has also been trained as a spiritual living practitioner. So he brings both of those things and will be with us because he lives here part of the year and lives in Sarasota part of the year. So he was one of my chaplains down there. So we welcome Mitch. We welcome all of these lovely beings. Yay. And we love them for the service they provide. They have studied for a number of years to become proficient in the practice of spiritual mind treatment, a fancy way of saying affirmative prayer. They're here to serve you. They will be here immediately after the celebration. You can come up and they will help to... I know, I'm getting there. They always worry that I'm going to forget something because I usually do. And, gee, why do they worry? And they will be available to you for a quick 1-minute miracle in the form of prayer. And so please come, and the rest of y'all move that way as quickly as possible to create quiet space for them to do that work. And before we move to the last part of our service, our affirmation and benediction, please, 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 please join us for our town hall meeting. What I'm asking you to do is go into the social hall, grab your beverage and your snack or food, whatever they've got over there. There will be water in the education building, but please grab something to munch on and any other beverage besides water, and go straight through there and on into the education building. It will be a brief but very powerfully informative meeting for you because it is your community after all, and it's important that you know what's up, all right? So please do that for me. It will be brief, I guarantee it, okay? If it isn't, then I have nothing more to say about that. So if it isn't, I will be racing out the back door and jumping in my car and leaving very quickly. So, okay, board, you heard me. It saved me. All right, you guys. So
Just keep talking.
there it is. Now, let's just know that we have been blessed by an abundance of good, abundance of energy today. And that energy is the abundance of every nature, because that is the energy that animates all of life, and particularly the life that we love to live individually and collectively. And for that reminder of the truth of our being, I am eternally grateful. And together we say, and so it is. And our affirmation, last one for the month of June. I know everything I need to know comes from the Spirit within me. All right.
So it is.
And our closing song.